everyone, welcome back to my channel. Do you notice anything different about me? I got engaged 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today as I'm filming this, and it has just been a whirlwind the past 2 weeks of just excitement and overwhelm, but all really, really good things. It's honestly just been a total dream. I feel like I am living in a dream and I am so happy. We're both so happy. And I figured today I would film a get ready with me because I have a few new products to try and I want to share a few special little details about the engagement. It was just such a beautiful day. He planned the most perfect proposal and I'm just honestly on cloud nine. If you're nosy like me, I'm sure you want to see my ring. So here is a nice close-up of the beauty. It's the most sparkly, shiny. Actually, I'll tell you more about it while we get ready. All right, so I want to clear up a few things off the bat. If you hear any rattling in the background, it's my washing machine. We lost power for a full week after Hurricane Isaiah. I don't know how to say it. Everyone keeps saying it differently. So we had a lot of backed up laundry and just organizing, getting the house back in order to do. So yeah, if you hear the noise, that's what it is. Second, my hair is just a greasy little mess because I have a conditioning treatment in it that I want to leave in for the day, so I'm just rocking this really sleek low bun. And third, today I'm going to be trying a bunch of new Charlotte Tilbury products. So the Charlotte Tilbury team reached out to me a few weeks ago asking me for my shades for their Airbrush Flawless foundation line, and they sent over their foundation. This is in the shade 5.5 Warm. They sent over their Airbrush Bronzer, which I am the most excited to try this, like beyond excited. I love bronzers and I already know I love this based on how big it is. The bigger the bronzer, the better in my book. This is in the shade 3 Tan. I requested a little bit of a darker bronze shade just because I love my bronzers really dark. They also sent the Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder, and this is in the shade 2 Medium. And then to wrap it all up, it's the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. So I'm gonna finish the look with this. And then last week I also got a package from Pixi with a bunch of summer glow products. I really don't wanna do a crazy eye. I've been into minimal eye makeup lately, especially in the summer. They sent over this Endless Shade Stick in the color Copper Glaze, and it looks really, really beautiful. I think it's gonna create a really gorgeous shimmery copper eye, and I wanna use this today. And I also wanna use this large lash mascara. I love mascaras. I love testing and reviewing mascaras. There's a ton of those videos on my channel. So anytime a new mascara comes across my door, I am like ready and willing to try it. They also sent a glossy lip lift max in Sweet Nectar. I wasn't gonna use it, but maybe I will today. It's just a peachy lip glaze. I just wanted to run through that. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the products individually as I unpack them, so now you know what they all are, and we are just gonna jump right in. Face has been cleansed, toned, moisturized. So I just feel like I have so much to talk about, and I really wanted to do a live manicure last week. That was my hope. So we got engaged on a Friday night. Side note, really beautiful packaging. Charlotte Tilbury never skimps on the packaging. It's a frosted glass bottle, rose gold cap. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to do a live manicure last week. Ooh, it's a little light. So that I could not only, you know, get a nice fresh mani on the hands, but so I could also chat with you guys and kind of give you the inside scoop to what happened. This shade like looks kind of scary right now. But I wasn't ready to do the manicure Monday night, and then Tuesday we lost power, and we just got our power back basically Wednesday of this week. So our first week engaged, we basically had no power and we had to like figure out how to make do. Luckily, our families all live close by and they had generators so we could, you know, charge up our electronics and take warm showers. It wasn't too bad. Before I proceed, I want to note that the color match looks way worse on camera than it does in person. I don't know if it's the lighting here. Maybe I should turn the overhead lights off. Hold on one second. That didn't really help at all. I also have a little bit of a burn, so my skin is a little bit warmer. My face looks a little yellow right now, but I know once I add the bronzer and all the other products, it'll blend well. It's hard for me to pick a foundation shade online. Rarely do I ever nail it, but in person it doesn't look that bad. In terms of coverage, this is a really nice foundation. Really, really nice. I love the way that it just melted into my skin and kind of disguised any of my problem areas, which I have been having a few of lately. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, so we didn't have power. It was certainly a fun first week engaged, but it could have been worse. I keep saying, if we can handle 2020 together, I think we have a good shot at the rest of our lives. So anyway, back to the proposal. So all week he had been acting a little different, and not in a bad way. It was just in a way that I knew something was kind of up. And I did have a hunch. He had said weeks ago that he really wanted to go on a picnic, and he was just pushing this picnic. We got to go on this picnic. I'm really excited for our picnic, our picnic, our picnic. And I'm like, what's going on at this picnic? And of course we had low-key talked about marriage over the past couple of years we've been together. And over the last like month or so, he had been disappearing a little more than normal. He usually has Wednesdays off of work. So we normally spend Wednesdays together. I'll take the day off as well and we'll do something fun. But he started to have some things to do on Wednesdays. So I was like, what is going on? And it turns out he was putting his master plan into action and designing this beautiful ring for me once I found out after. But I kind of had a hunch that might be what he was doing. I went into this picnic kind of having a hunch that this might happen, but I didn't want to bank on it. I didn't want to tell myself it was definitely happening. I didn't want to get my hopes up. So I was like, whatever, it's just gonna be a beautiful summer picnic. Wow, this is really nice. Hello, beautiful bronzer. You look like a shell. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So anyway, I went into our picnic just with zero expectations, just to have a really nice time. We packed up a couple little snacks and then grabbed a pizza because we normally have pizza on Fridays. We pull up to this beautiful open field, a town over from where we live, and you can see the mountains, the hills are just like engulfing us. The field is completely empty. There's a few mowed paths and then there's some tall grass kind of wisping in the wind. And there were butterflies everywhere. There were so many butterflies. I'd never seen that many butterflies in one place in my life. And I was like, this is so, so romantic. Both of us like barely ate. I really love this bronzer, by the way. Like really, really love. And you can tell it's making the foundation blend a little bit better with my skin. He had put together this really sweet playlist with all these love songs. And I was like, this is a really romantic freaking picnic. I was like, if I don't get engaged right now, I would be surprised. Because it was just so sweet. It was just so, you just really felt the love. And he was being so sweet. I mean, he's always very sweet to me, but he was like extra sweet. It was just very, very special. He starts like, you know, saying these really nice things about me and our relationship. It was just incredibly romantic. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. At one point I was like, yeah, it's going down. It's totally going down. I was like, it's gonna have to happen when I stand up. So I was on alert for like when we were gonna be standing up for whatever it would be. And at one point he was like, hey, look over there. He was like trying to point something out and I was like, oh my God. And so I stand up, we both stand up and I start getting tears in my eyes because I'm like, oh my gosh, he's behind me. And at that time I'm like, wow, he is probably gonna propose right now. This is life. And it's one of those moments that you just dream about your whole entire life and you have no idea when, where, how, with who it's gonna happen. And in that very moment, I was like, you just need to be present. Be completely, fully present and just soak this up because this is really special. He was like, look over there, that's where so-and-so is, or that's where this is. I think that's where whatever is. He's like, now turn around and look at me. And I turned around and looked at him. He was still standing. I think he was like, look at my eyes. And I was just staring in his eyes and my eyes were flooded with tears. Amazing. He just starts saying these really sweet things, going into the whole thing, gets down on his knee and was like, will you marry me? And I said, of course. And I felt like such a loser because I didn't even say yes. I felt like yes. It was such an underrated response. It deserved something much more like vast. We were both kind of crying. He says he wasn't crying. Could have been the sun. I saw a little tear go down, but it was just a really special, special moment. I didn't even look at the ring. I was just looking in his eyes. I just wanted to really look at his face. And I did. After that, we just kind of hugged and cried and smiled and laughed and just talked. And I was low-key in shock that it had happened. Oh, so I didn't look at the ring, and after I said of course, I like hugged him and we were just so happy. He's like, give me your finger! And he pulled out this beautiful diamond. It's honestly the most perfect ring I've ever seen. It's just very me. To be honest, we had never really talked about rings, like at all. One morning, about a month ago, I could tell that he was fishing for some clues. I've never really tried on rings to determine my own personal preference. I've worked with jewelers over the years and I've worn and photographed rings and I just wore them because that's what they wanted me to share, but I'd never actually gone to look for myself. So when he was kind of fishing for some ideas, I basically just made it very clear I wanted yellow gold, a thin band, and a round or an oval diamond. I do remember not really loving the way square diamonds looked on my finger, but at the end of the day, I really didn't care. This was his pick. This is what he saw, his vision combined with what I liked and told him, and he just hit it out of the park. It's so special. And the fact that he designed it, picked the stone, the band, the prongs, everything, it's really, really special. So the day we got engaged, it fit perfectly. It fit so well, like absolutely perfectly snug on my finger. And then a couple days later, it felt a little bit loose, and then another day it would fit really well. So I think just based on heat and temperature and time of day, I guess, my fingers swell. So I don't want to get it resized because I know it's not good to have your rings resized too many times. And it really is a perfect size. But right now I just have a little rubber band wrapped around the back just to make it feel a little more snug. We've been going to the beach a lot. We've been on boats this summer, and my worst nightmare is losing this thing. So until I can get a bumper or a spacer, whatever they're called, that's designed for this, I'm just gonna rock my little rubber band because I don't want this to fall off. It's weird. Some days it fits totally fine. So if any of you girls have had that issue with your rings and you have a really great discreet solution, let me know because I definitely want to invest in one. And as the years go on, I'm sure my fingers are only going to get bigger, especially during pregnancy, God willing. So I don't want to make the ring too small when it really does fit most of the time. I think this package was left out in the sun and this stuff like got a little too hot because the crayon is bent down the middle. There was a little more to our proposal. So a little while afterwards, I was like, I have to call my parents, I have to call my siblings, I have to call my friends. He's like, don't call anybody just yet. And I was just so excited because I really hadn't told anyone that I thought it was happening. I mentioned it to my mom and my sister, but they were like, oh, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Afterwards, across the street was a pretty little winery. So he's like, let's go over to the winery and have a drink. Oh, see, I told you I knew this was broken. So we pack everything up, walk across the street to the winery. There was this white tent up on the hill, and we go up there, and out of the barn that was on the property comes our parents and our siblings, and it was just so awesome to be able to celebrate with everyone in that moment.
Hang on. On three.
It was so nice. Like, I honestly never thought about my proposal much, like in life, how I would get proposed to or what I would want. I always knew that I wanted to be alone. I never wanted to be proposed to in front of a crowd or a group or family or friends. I would want it to be between me and my partner. But my family is so important to me, so to have them there immediately after that moment was honestly the perfect combination. He designed like the most amazing proposal. I give him so much credit. He put a lot of thought and effort and energy into it and really kept me in mind and what I would like and what was special to me, and totally nailed it. So for the rest of the night, we just hung out at the winery, had some drinks, had some little apps, and just had a great time. Called some friends and family, just kind of spreading the news. We were so happy. It was such a perfect day, and I just wish I could relive it over and over and over. It was so amazing and special, and I just love my fiance. So then we wake up Saturday morning. He had to go to work. Oh wow, this is a really thick mascara. When he got home, we just hung out for a bit, went to Costco, and then we were so tired and hungover from the night before and just like still in a state of shock, I think. And oh, I went to my parents' house in the morning. We went to Costco later in the day, and we're like, what are we gonna do for dinner? So we ended up going to Chipotle, and I have to say that was like my favorite day of the engagement weekend. I mean, aside from the actual engagement, but going to the store, going to pick up food, and just doing normal things, but being engaged just felt so special. Literally everyday life has just been elevated. Everything is more special, more fun. I get to go out with my fiance. So yeah, we were on cloud 9, living it up, so happy. Friends and family have been sending like gifts and flowers. So sweet. We were just really soaking it all up, and then the hurricane rolled through on Tuesday and humbled us real quick. We lost power. Our yard got destroyed. A big branch fell through our fence. The next morning we had to like get up and clean up the yard. I was like, wow, this is a memory. But again, it was fun cleaning up the yard together. It was like, oh, let's go clean up our yard for the first time as fiancés. It's like everything is more fun when you're a fiance. Side note, I'm really liking this mascara. My future brother-in-law, Dan's sister's husband, was actually taking pictures of our picnic the whole time, and I had no idea, and he got the most beautiful shots of our picnic and the actual engagement and the moment he asked, and I'm so grateful for those photos, and I'm so grateful I had no idea he was there, because I am someone who gets really awkward in front of a camera, like really, really awkward. So me having no idea that he was there, he really captured everything about the moment and the emotions, and it was so, so beautiful. It was so nice. He really thought of every detail. They went the day before, scouted out the shooting locations, and just totally nailed it. Dan's a really great chiropractor, but if he ever wanted to go into the proposal planning industry, I think he'd hit it out of the park. I like this mascara a lot. I really do. So yes, then we lost power. My girlfriend and her husband have a house in Rhode Island, and they invited us up this week. So we went up there Tuesday night, stayed over. We rented a boat Wednesday, just had a really nice, beautiful dinner, and then got home early yesterday. We had a really nice, quick little getaway with them, and when we left we still didn't have power, but when we came home Thursday morning everything was up and running again. So it was like back to life, back to our regularly scheduled program, back to filming. I've been dying to film like so much. I just have so many wedding ideas. I want to do like a mini wedding series. I don't want to get too crazy with it, but it is such a fun and exciting time in life, and if nothing else I feel like it'll be really cool to look back on some of this footage, you know, years down the road. But I also want to be able to talk and interact with you guys about your weddings and what you loved and things that you did that you would do over a million times, or things that you kind of regret doing or wish you didn't include, because it's definitely overwhelming. We're a little overwhelmed with the whole planning process, and part of us just wants to like hop on a plane, go somewhere beautiful and elope, but I think we have too many special people in our life who would want to be included in this day, and I would have a hard time. I wouldn't want to get married without those people anyway. But I'm hoping to have this video live within the next few days, but I'm going to be away this entire upcoming week. But when I get back, I want to do a live mani with you guys. I really miss my lives. I miss talking to you guys, and now there's like so much more to talk about, so that is going to be on the books for sure. You can count on that. Let's try this lip gloss. Now I'm just in wedding mode, and I need to get my hair and skin in shape.
And my body.
Ooh, this is like really orange. It's like peachy. Ooh, it's pretty. It's gonna be a fun year. We have a lot of friends and family members who were supposed to get married this year and who are supposed to get married next year. So a lot of them from this year pushed their weddings to next year. So it's gonna be a little tricky planning our wedding around all of theirs. I really don't wanna jump anyone, but I'm also kind of nervous to see what kind of availability is even out there. I really would love to get married next year. I never wanted too long of an engagement, and we're just ready to start life. So I don't know, we will see what happens, but we're just trying to take it day by day and really enjoy this moment and this phase of our life, this little chapter right here. I promise you there will be plenty more wedding videos and engagement chatter in the future. I'm on cloud 9. I just feel honestly like a new woman. My energy is at a new level. My desire to just enjoy every bit of life is at a new level. It's just amazing. Dan has brought so much good to my life. You have no idea. Nobody has any idea. He honestly is the perfect partner. He's the perfect partner for me, and he really just gets me out of my shell, gets me to look at life in a new way. He doesn't sweat the small stuff. He's always trying to make everything more fun, and I just love and appreciate him, and I'm so excited to be Mrs. Hopper. So cool. So freaking cool. Let me just touch on the makeup really quick before I wrap this video up. I am actually obsessed with this look. Really, really love how it turned out. I don't think that this is my shade match, Warm Shade 5.5. It's definitely a little yellowy to me. It was quite frightening when I applied it to the bare face, but once the bronzer and everything is on, I think it did blend very well. And I have to tell you, my skin in person looks amazing. I didn't have to touch up much with my concealer. I just kind of used it to highlight those certain areas, but this on its own is fabulous. I'm going to keep using it. Oh my god, I forgot the setting spray.
My dumb, stupid, or dumb.
Wow. You know, Charlotte Tilbury like nails the packaging game. They really do. Here we go. Ooh, it has a little bit of a fragrance to it. No melting, no fading, no creasing. Hold 6 to 8 inches away. Mist over entire face before and after applying makeup. Oops, next time I'll do it before as well. But it's a nice mist. It really comes out very, very fine, which is excellent. Sometimes setting sprays can like have those globs and then it kind of ruins your makeup. Wow, my face. Holy shnikey, my skin looks great. 10 out of 10 would recommend this for coverage, blendability, natural look. It truly is an airbrush finish. I just might tweak the shade, but I was able to make it work today. This bronzer, God, God, I have such mixed feelings when I love expensive products because I truly believe that you can achieve the exact same look with drugstore makeup. Really, you can. But once in a while, some things are really just that great, and this bronzer is one of them. Aside from the beautiful packaging, it's a pretty generous amount of product. The shade was great. The matte finish is great. It is truly an airbrushed bronzer. I will be using this to the very last drop. This Pixi eye stick was really unique. I do like this coppery look. So easy. I am all about the minimal eye makeup these days, like all about it. Large lash mascara, very, very impressed. I am picky about mascaras, but this one had a great first impression, and most of the time, the more I use mascara, the more I love it. So we'll see how this wears in the coming days. This peachy lip in the shade Sweet Nectar. You know, I'm not normally a gloss girl, but lately I've been gravitating towards them more. I don't know if it's a summer thing, it's a being tan thing, or I'm just kind of over the matte lip. I just really like a gloss. I paired it with my go-to lip liner, the KKW Beauty, and I think it came out great. That is it for this look. That is it for my engagement story. Life is really good. I feel like I'm not worthy of this life sometimes, which is a really poor attitude to have, but sometimes when you have so many good things and good feelings, you just don't feel like you deserve them. I've kind of always had that outlook in life, and it certainly held me back from a lot of things, but now more than ever, I'm trying to just embrace all the good I have in my life. Just not taking my health for granted, my family for granted, my friends, my relationships, my career, just all the good things. And I want to just run with it. I want to keep accumulating those good things because what else are we going to do in life? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support on Instagram. If you don't follow me, you can check me out at _AmandaBella. I gotta step up my gram game. There is a lot of stuff in the works. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions about anything I used today or about anything. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.